Actually, I really didn't expect to see you yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we literally pulled up for Kudos' birthday. Shout out Kudos. And like, there Crooksy is like literally mixing. I was like, bro, I was actually supposed to meet this guy tomorrow for a conversation on our page, and we just so happened to see you.
Yeah, I thought I posted it. I was like, did I post I was gonna be here? I was like, oh shit, this is dope. You pulled up. So, but yeah, it was just completely a coincidence.
Yeah, no, it's dope. Is that like a residency that you have there, or?
Yeah, every Saturday night, like I'm usually there, or if I'm not there, I usually get one of my homies to cover, like usually Akeda or like Rami or something like that.
That's what's up. And that's Joey's
on Burrard. Yeah,
Burrard, yeah, because I know there's a couple different ones, right?
There's one literally down the street, like Bento, and then Burrard.
You got a lot of different ones, yo. That's that franchise shit, yo. They own that shit. But yeah, I was like telling the guys, I was like, yo, I'm actually supposed to just be talking to this guy tomorrow, and I had still been trying to go through the list of like kind of what we wanted to talk about, because I stay seeing you like actually like whenever we're like at, you know, an event or like a party, but we actually hadn't like sat down, and I mean, we have talked, but not really like actually talked like down, like
it's always like passing or something.
Yeah. And like I guess we were supposed to do the party, and then you ended up having to go to Toronto at the time. But yeah, like, are you, at the time you had told me, I think you were from the East Coast, right?
Yeah. I was born in Toronto, and then I moved to Vancouver 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I moved to Vancouver, and then I've been here ever since 2016.
Was that kind of like just like a leap of faith thing, or like what was?
It was kind of like more so like my mom wanted me to kind of get a change of scenery and like get out of the city and stuff. So I had my uncle who lived in Vancouver, and then I kind of went out here to go to school and play basketball at Capilano University, and then I stayed with my uncle, and then we kind of just figured it out from then. I didn't know anyone when I first moved here, like just my uncle. Really.
How did you like adjust?
I feel like playing sports, you kind of like develop like a team. So like from there, and then I found like a kitchen job with it at Brown's in North Van. I worked there, and I met a lot of like the cooks and like servers and stuff like that. So they kind of like put you on stuff, like what's going on. So everyone kind of like was always trying to like.
Yo, talk about that kitchen cook. Or like you know, the back kitchen, that culture, because I feel like Earl's and Poco too, they have that same kind of vibe where you know, in the kitchen, like I feel like at least one person's always outside vaping first off.
Yeah, you definitely like develop a nicotine like addiction in the kitchen, I swear. Like, yeah, it's crazy, but like I don't know, it's like I love working in the kitchen, but like when it gets hectic, you just don't want to be in there.
Yeah,
like, that's just facts. It's fun until it's not fun, basically.
Yeah. And like you meet so many different types of people that like are on different paths too.
Yeah, everyone's kind of so like random, but everyone meets at like the similar spot, which is like cooking, which kind of trip. But yeah, you definitely meet hella characters for sure.
Yeah, I knew like gamers, musicians, like people that were just doing different things.
Yeah.
But like, you know, obviously had to work at some point. So they were like, I had met them at that point in life, like whether it be working in like a fast food place or like seeing them, like my friends working in like a kitchen or whatever it might be. But yeah, it's interesting. Like you meet so many different people, I guess. And because everybody's on some different shit, like you just get put on in different ways.
Yeah, literally.
But I guess, I don't know. I guess it goes with anything else, though.
Yeah, facts. No, I agree. I worked there for like 8 months, and then after I was working in the kitchen, I started to DJ like on the other side. So it's kind of crazy.
In the kitchen, or
nah. Imagine that would be crazy.
You guys mix it in the kitchen. That's crazy.
Nah, that would be lit. But nah, I just started DJing at the restaurant, and that was like my first like actual kind of gig in BC.
Well, like what got you into, like, do you have like a musical background at all? You said you played sports, but like besides, like, did you play an instrument or anything like that?
I played a bunch of instruments when I was like grade 9 and lower, like.
Oh, okay, yeah, like elementary,
so
middle school.
Yeah, so like grade 4 started playing instruments, so like grade 9.
Which ones in particular? Because I played the trombone.
Yeah,
I did percussion as well.
Trombone's tough.
Yo, that shit, like, because there's no honestly, the trombone's something you just have to know or you don't know.
Yeah, that's tough.
You're measuring where the slider is along the thing. There's saliva running through that, but it's the price you gotta pay. Yeah. But I did that percussion as well, like the drums or whatever it might have been. the cymbals, all that stuff. But
yeah, that's what I wanted to do was percussion. I never got to do it, but like when you got to pick your top 3.
Yeah.
And the percussion was on my first one. Like, I wanted to play the drums. Like, everyone wants to play the drums. Like, Drumline just came out. You know,
that's what to do. That thing.
So I wanted to do that, but I didn't get to do the drums. I'd play like trumpet.
Oh, you did trumpet.
I started with trumpet, then I went to bass clarinet, which was pretty dope. I fucked with that. And then I finished playing like alto and like tenor sax.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much the same like chords and stuff, like notes, so it's pretty easy, but just different sounds. So I kind of liked the alto, I think, the best. So
okay, so when I was when I was in elementary school, and the way that they select to see what instrument you're gonna play, they give you the mouthpiece first. So they give you the trumpet and the trombone mouthpiece. They give you the clarinet, like the woodwind mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And they see which one that you can do, and then based off that, you pretty much make your selection. Mm-hmm. So like obviously I didn't have like the, pause this whole conversation first off. Yo. But no, I couldn't figure out the clarinet and like the woodwind shit.
Yeah.
So I like went the other way towards like the trumpet, the trombone.
Yeah.
Mouthpieces.
I feel like those ones are usually. I feel like
you gotta be careful, bro.
I feel like the trumpet and like the brass instruments, like those ones are the hardest to play. I feel like, like trumpet, trombone, those are tough for sure. But yeah, we didn't have to do that. Thankfully, I didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
he had to do that.
So I figured, because I always think of like your musical background, like where you started off initially. Like I look back and I played like, light instruments back then, but transition to when you started learning how to DJ, like how was that? Like where did the thought to wanting to go DJ, like where that come from?
Like I always like, how did DJing more so? I feel like it was just because we started going to a lot of parties and the music was just poor. Like that was just really what it was. Like not even poor. Like okay, I shouldn't say that. It was like
tell it like it is.
Not even poor. It was just like not the right songs in the right moment. You're like fuck. Like man, this party could be so lit. They just played the song right now. And it kept happening over and over. And then it got to the point where like,
can you tell what year this is so I can get a vibe of the music?
It's like 2014.
Okay.
2014, 2014-ish, 2013, 2015, around those times. And then me and my homies, we started throwing parties, and then we just ran Airbnbs, throw parties. There's like some areas in the suburbs where I used to live, like Mississauga area, like they're developing houses. Yeah. And like we before this, like just like a plane, there's no walls or anything, it's just like the structure,
Yeah.
So we'd go there and we bring speakers and like tables.
Guys traffic out the construction zone,
bro. We throw parties, like people would come, we get like maybe like 30-40 people, and then it lasts like an hour. Cops would come, you have to do, but like we're just throwing mad parties and people are just fucking with the music all the time. And this was like virtual DJ. This wasn't even like a controller era. This was like strictly virtual DJ. And then it was just kind of going well like that. And then people started reaching out to us to throw parties for them. Like we started throwing birthday parties for like friends in our high school and stuff like that. And and I was always DJing them from virtual DJ. And then it just got to the point where we just started going from house parties to like low-key bars and like cafes, like Lakeshore area in Toronto. And those were going well. We were getting like people from like Mississauga all the way out to like 30-minute drive away. And like, they're going well. We're just like, what the heck?
And people actually, that's what's up.
Yeah, they kind of just trusted us for like just bringing a vibe. Like the homies are all like plugged in, athletes, stuff like that. So it became like just like our thing. We just started throwing parties, had like a little collective, I guess you can say.
What were you guys called?
It was 9 West District at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the squad. Shout out 9 West District for sure. But and that stage was like when I slowly moved to Vancouver.
Okay.
So it was like we didn't even get to see that through like 100%,
Yeah.
Because like I was kind of like one of like the main like people that are kind of curating a lot of the time, like with the homies, but like it's like when you take one piece of the puzzle, kind of like
it's hard
it's not the same
for everybody to kind of remain focused and locked in. Like,
yeah, like everyone's still like clicked up, still doing their own thing, but it's like that, like at that moment, it was like it was going very good, like very well, and then it kind of like faded out a bit, but it's still there. Like the presence still there when we do events and stuff. It's always like a boom. Like they're always lit. Like other homies are doing their own events too. Like they started like little like event companies and stuff themselves. So it's kind of dope that everyone kind of like found their thing and like stuck to that, which is sick.
It's sometimes too is like independent like pieces of like that. I guess that puzzle. Yeah. You guys all need to use that as a stepping stone, like build that almost like that brothership, like that brotherhood.
Yeah, facts.
And then to be able to go off and like do other things, like you know, whether it's building different brands or like working on different projects. This person's doing that person is doing this. That's what's up. Yeah,
that was time ago. That was like what, like 2016. Yeah, I would say.
So then you kind of make the transition over to Vancouver. You mentioned that like I guess you came here. Were you still kind of looking to dip into like the entertainment, the event space?
Yeah, because I was like rolling off it. Like we were like promoting at clubs downtown. Like we were just like grossing. We're doing very well. So I was just like, I have to kind of keep this going. Like it was something that I was just like naturally good at doing. So when I came to Van, I was just like, holy, this is so different. Like, I don't know what's going on here at all. Yeah. So it took time to kind of like understand like how the city was, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's completely different. Like,
especially to play music like somewhere here, you need to know kind of what people like, what the vibe is. Like, I guess there are people that will maybe come from like different places in the States and like know that their city is like popping shit like hot grease, like it's hot, but they think that when they come to a different place, they're like, and they are carrying that same like, you know, heat with them or whatever you want to call it, but at the same time the people there might not appreciate it the same way. So it's almost like you have to understand what that area is kind of vibing with and then maybe try to like curve it or add your vibe to it or
yeah, Vancouver's a tough crowd too. It's a tough crowd for sure. I feel like a lot of people do come here and they kind of do struggle with the crowd at the time, unless they're like a superstar. And then, you know, like when you're at that level, everyone knows your songs, you know, so it's like easier. But if you're like up and coming, you're just coming here, like it's kind of like tough because we don't really have a big a large scale of people that are into like up and coming underground music and like the low key things, you know, like that's just the city, I feel like. But
so how did you think that you had to kind of find your fit like within a place like this? Because I feel like especially when you're coming from like Ontario, you know what it is there, like people get it there, but Vancouver, although I know like we're actually doing like very well, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely a lot better from like 5 years ago to now for sure.
Yeah,
it's like super lit compared to 5 years ago. Yeah,
no, most definitely. And I know it's like to the thanks of like some people that are actually like, you know, helping, whether it's curate certain events or bringing artists from different places into the city. But I know that there's still like, imagine what it's going to be like whether it be 10 years or whatever it might be. So when you, I guess, had come here, did you feel like you had to maybe be a little bit different or like bring something that other people didn't have? Or
like I feel like myself is already different, like, you know, like I already have this, like me being who I am in Vancouver, it makes me stand out, you know, just like from obviously features, like, you know, tall black guy dreads, like, you know, like obviously I'm gonna stand out like anywhere I go, so that's already like an advantage, I felt like. And then it was like the main thing everyone says when I moved here was like, Vancouver doesn't have nightlife, there's nothing to do here, it's like boring going out, clubs are garbage, whatever. That's like generally what I heard from like random people, like just randoms that I'm just trying to figure out what to do in the city, you know. So that was like a common theme that I was like, okay, like that's already something that isn't like, I guess, there that can be improved on, and I thought that was a way where that's something I already love to do. So it was like a challenge almost for myself to kind of do something where people can like look forward to like having a good experience, or say like, oh, maybe this thing's lit in Vancouver or stuff like that. Because Well, it's so easy to like hate on a lot of like a lot of things. Like someone's at least trying to like do a good night, you know, like not their fault it's not always lit, like but it's easy to say like, oh, it's not lit, than trying to like change it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was what I realized a lot too.
I like the word, because you use the word in that, in particularly the word experience, because I always think about it like the experience, like what experience are you kind of giving to somebody? And I kind of wonder, I guess from looking from the outside in, it's almost like, okay, did you try to approach it from a DJ perspective, or like a, you know, putting together the event or like the night perspective? But I'm wondering, is that where we are now, where the DJs aren't just the ones that are playing the music, but they're also the ones like promoting the night and things like that?
Yeah, I guess depends on where you are in the world, I feel like too. Maybe that's like a North American thing. Maybe I don't know. I haven't really traveled a lot to like see what's going on exactly, but I do feel like some places do expect that, but some DJs like doing that. So if they like promoting, like saying that they're here, then that's probably a win-win for everyone, I feel like. But
and because I feel like in Vancouver, or even just in Canada particularly, we're very entrepreneurial, if that makes sense. Like everybody wants to kind of like start their own brand, or like come up with their own idea, their project, or whatever it might be, which is, I think it's great. But that kind of, I guess that reminds me, or like brings me to cold drinks, how you, or whether it be, I don't know if cold drinks is the perfect place to start with it, or whether it's like West District. Is if that like a better place to kind of start, of where you were like,
I guess West District was like the first thing. I guess West District was definitely before cold drinks, for sure.
Is that where you were kind of like, you know what, I want to be like in charge of like a collective that makes like, you know, these great experiences, these great nights, or whatever it is?
That was originally where I wanted to like do live entertainment, was through West District, like, because it was originally 9 West District. Me and my homie, we thought of the name 9 West District, and then when I came to Van, I'm like, I'm in the West Coast, like, let me just do West District, cut the 9, and then just like try to develop something where I can do kind of like events or club nights, not really club nights, but more so like events and shows, live shows. So, and I was in school at the time too when I brought back West District, so like a lot of motivation was coming from like school too, because it was like giving me the back end stuff when it came to like entertainment management. So it was like perfect timing for me to like want to do that. So I was booking shows at like the Roxy and like Granville. Like I was just getting like local artists, like any genre, didn't even matter, just kind of curated stuff that if I liked their music, doesn't matter the genre, if I liked their music, I would have just got them to come to the night and do a performance. We did like maybe 3 acts per night, and it was like 8 to 10 the Roxy gave me. So whatever, 8 to 10 we do a show there, early show, whatever. And I did probably like 7 shows.
Damn.
Yeah, we did like 7 shows at the Roxy. It's super low key, just like showing the full, I guess, package of the show, like booking, doing a write up on them. They get to bring their friends and family down. Like you see like actual like moms and dads there, you know, because for them it's like a big experience. Like it's actually like the Roxy's a known venue in Vancouver, you know, and
a
like,
lot of people have
stage is sick, you know. They actually have good like production there too, so it was legit. And I kind of like was running with West District, and then veering into something else before COVID. But COVID kind of cut everything when it was like going well. I lost that deal with the Roxy, new people working there, everything kind of like like got mixed up during there. But West District was definitely the start where I was trying to kind of get into production, like building, like booking photographers, videographers for shows, booking talent, like doing the graphics, all that stuff. So,
I was reading a write-up that you did with Shaim. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but you actually did was it like an arts and it was like something that you went to school with?
Art and entertainment management.
That's what's up.
The diploma program at Kaplan University.
Okay, and how did you feel like that like kind of helped you? Like, are there certain things that you still look back and like, damn, like I remember learning that? And
I still go back to notes all the time, and
Yeah.
like this structure was really helpful. Budgeting was really helpful. Like just knowing how to build a budget for an event, or like basically for an event, a show, whatever.
Yeah.
That was something that I still like value till now for sure.
Yeah.
And like real life experience, because we would work in like the theater at the university with like actual jazz performers and indie artists. So we'd actually have real life experiences with these acts. So that did help for just knowing how to adjust to anything that can happen on a day of an event or something.
Yeah,
because shit always happens. Like
shit
always happens. You know, and just being ready to like always be able to handle those and like not like crush under pressure like was really helpful. I did feel as well.
One thing I feel like I've always been somewhat like good in when it comes to like planning events and things like that, because first and foremost for me at the very least I have planned events before, but it's not my thing. Like to be honest, I kind of dislike it, but I will do it. But like, it's just one of those things where the event space, I would almost rather partner in that sense. But when I was first kind of doing it, it was very, you got to look at the logistics when it comes to a lot of things. Like, okay, if this happens, then what? Or if that happens, then what? Or make sure like, you know, the right amount of cabling, or the figuring out exactly the location that you're shooting in. A lot of those things need to be kind of sketched out, and you need to know what happens in the event of anything. And I felt like that was kind of my strong suit when it came to event planning, because like I always can think of, okay, if, you know, power gets cut out, what happens? Or having somebody responsible for, you know, ensuring that, say, something happens, whatever it might be, all the things that can kind of happen in a night.
Troubleshooting for sure.
And like I don't know, it comes from my background maybe, but I do remember, you know, that being just a very difficult thing. Like, it's not easy to plan an event or know what's gonna happen, or, you know.
Definitely. Like,
shaking his head, he's like, nah,
it's crazy. No, I'm saying like it's everything you're saying is true, like when it comes to it. But it's like, that's why I just know like that's something I want to do, because I like look forward to all that stuff, you know. It's like everyone kind of just has that thing that grabs, you know, gravitates to them, you know. And that's definitely something with events. I always like somehow came back to it, like somehow. So I knew like after sports and everything, it was like, this is the area.
100%.
Yeah,
for me it was like, I'm gonna stick to like the media side. Like, I could sit here. But I guess going back to, because I want to kind of maybe start at where cold drink starts to come around, like where you first start to kind of plan that idea, or think of, you know, what if I just branched out? Well, I guess you're probably like, yo, I want to kind of do my own thing, right?
Wait, what do you mean do my own thing?
With cold drinks, like, did you feel like, I guess with West District, it still was, for the most part, I
still kind of try to incorporate West District.
Okay.
When it comes to like licensing and stuff like that. So anything building and stuff will all go kind of through West District. And then cold drinks is kind of just like.
How did that start up? Like I guess the name, because I remember when it was like, I was first kind of seeing like the posts on IG, and I was like seeing, damn, like a lot of people are pulling up to these events, and it was starting to feel like, you start to feel almost like the FOMO. I don't know if that's something that like you plan for, but it's like, damn, like, it looks like a dope night. Like, I don't want to miss the next one. You know what it is.
Facts.
But yeah, like, what was the inspiration behind it? Because even the name itself is just kind of I don't know, I find it interesting. It's like, I wonder what this is about.
No, for sure. How did the cold drinks? So basically it started in 2020, COVID times. I remember I was just probably like listening to a song or some shit, and I just remember cold drinks, and it just stuck to me. I was like, cold drinks, that just sounds like so clean, like just so easy. I was like, cold drinks, like everyone needs a cold drink. Like, I was just naming off shit in my head. I was like, like parties, cold drinks, like that's the perfect thing. It's perfect, like little like line almost. So then I just wrote on a sticky note, threw it on my board. I just left it there, and I said, whenever we get out of COVID, I'm gonna call this shit cold drinks. I'm gonna do a party, and it's gonna be called Cold Drinks. And then the second there was any opportunity to do something, I kind of just linked up with Shy, and then we're just like, yo, let's run a flyer. I'm gonna link up with my homie Yardy who makes Jamaican food.
Yeah.
And he just started his shit 2020.
Yeah.
Like same time.
During the pandemic.
Yeah, during the pandemic. And then I basically just like put a little plan together, and we did a day party. And it went well. And it was like 50 people capacity. We sold out 50 people. Like it was, but it was just more so like a tough time, but the perfect time at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Because no one was doing anything. Everyone was looking at each other, kind of saying like, "Oh, who's gonna do something first?" Like, like everyone's kind of still scared, you know, to dabble into that world because it was such a fragile area. You know, you can get like, I don't know, called out or whatever. It was just like risky, almost like people just like to avoid risky plays sometimes because it's not worth it almost. But it's like, bro, like I'm not working, like the SERP thing wasn't doing anything, you know, and I'm just like, come on, like they're allowing you, but the rules are very weird. So it's like wording is so weird. So it's just like it kind of thinks you're allowed to do something, but you're not allowed to do something. So I just was like, yeah, whatever, let's just do this. We ran it. It went well. Nothing happened. We followed all the safety measures. Boom. And we kept doing them. Like we kept doing them, and we're the only one doing shit. Like I'm trying to think, like were we the only ones? Yeah, like
I can't think of anybody else that was really throwing consistent parties.
Like, and they were literally like food pop-ups. They're Oxtail Lane Jamaican food pop-up. That's the branding that we entered was, because actually no homies actually at Ruts, they were doing something at Pizza Coming Soon. So they were doing like a little night and they were selling food. A lot of the restaurants were doing stuff. That's what happened. A lot of the restaurants were doing stuff with people DJing at the restaurants. But you still have to have a plug to get into the like somewhere, you know? Like,
you have to kind of know somebody.
Or know a restaurant owner that's willing to even do this, because then they're kind of like, you know? So it's basically all like the underground spots that were just trying to like fight this COVID shit, you know what I mean? That were kind of just willing to like take the risks to stay open, you know what I mean?
And people that just wanted it somewhere to be.
Yeah, exactly. It was a mixture of both those things. And we found Back and Forth Bar. So that was kind of like our spot where we started doing pop-ups there. That place fits like 150 plus people, you know? We're only allowed 50 people in there. It was like plenty of spacing. But we had ping pong tables, so it kind of made it lit. You can like separate things, like create. Because I realized that like things started to kind of go that way for cold drinks, where it was like I said, the experience. It wasn't just the, you know, the music was an element of it. You had bouncy castles and some of them. Like there's more to it than just, you know, the turn up. Yeah, facts. At that point, it was literally the reason we had good turnout. I feel like was the music. Like you said, it was really good. Like we just played good music people wanted to hear, and didn't have to be like around each other. You can sit down and enjoy like the tasteful music that Rami was playing, myself. And then food was another thing. You already grabs Jamaican food helps so much that like you can't really get that shit anywhere else. So that was another element that we had, was like boom boom. And then the people that were just coming out were just genuine like vibes. Like everyone that came out was just good energy. And they were all like kind of just thankful for being able to leave their home and have a good time, and you know, not have to be cooped up in their house like anymore. Like, you know, kind of like a taste of what was like real before, in that time felt like never gonna come back, you know? So we gave them that experience, which just held us down for when shit was to open up. We already had so many like trusted people that whenever we hit the 100% capacity, it was just kind of game time for us almost.
So was it just like Instagram that you guys used it to, like, you know, here's the Eventbrite link and, you know, buy tickets to the event, or were you guys running ads as well?
Yeah, we did the Eventbrite links. Ads were definitely a thing too. Word of mouth, like I just know a lot of people, so I was just hitting up everyone I knew, like close homies and shit, and telling them to come out, and everyone kind of was down for it. Like
were they? I feel like a lot of people were down for it because
this kind of like 2020, like damn, I'm trying to remember the first cold drinks, like actually. The first party, I can't really remember.
Was it at the I know, because if it was during COVID, it had to be outside capacity as well. I know there was a spot on, was it on Hastings? There was somewhere where there was a cool drinks that was held that I went to at least. I think it might have been my first one. I don't know if it was the first one.
No, that was bro. That was like the 8th.
Yeah, I came mad late.
Yeah, that was like we were running by then. For sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say I just remember it because it was you, your name on the flyer, or like I guess I'd seen your name as like the DJ. I was like, damn, okay, I fuck with his DJing. Like a lot.
I remember that was actually the one I met you at too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like actually met you.
Okay. I think that was that same time.
Yeah, Shy had his pop up there too.
Yeah. That was the one. That was the one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you find that it's important that you have to be the one? Like, do you see a day where you're no longer DJing cold drinks anymore?
Yeah, like I've been actually hosting a couple recently, like the doubles. So like sometimes we do a day party and the after party. So the day parties I'll usually just host. So kind of like just get people drinks, like say what up, like be able to like walk around and like handle anything that would happen with the event side. Yeah. And then the night times when it's like at a venue, it's like I don't have to worry about security. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just there to DJ. Yeah. So those ones I'll DJ. But like when we go to like events where I have to like do the bar and like the door and all that stuff, then those ones are kind of more. I'm not really thinking about DJ. I'm thinking about what's going on here. You know what I mean? So it's kind of it got to the point where it just didn't make sense. So I just rather get someone else who, like another DJ, up and coming DJ that can fill a spot and have some time to play and still have like the after party as well too. So yeah.
Talk about how I guess switching from that, the opportunity when you were hit up to DJ at Breakout, because I know there was only select names that were on that. How did it feel to be, or when you got that call?
Yeah, I was hyped. Like I've always wanted to DJ Breakout, like since the first Breakout. So being able to DJ this one was like highlight, this perfect time. I feel like it came at the right time when I was ready for it too. Like the years where I wanted to, I don't feel like I was even ready for it really. Yeah. Like it sort of went well, but I feel like now I'm just so much more exposed to this different things in the DJ world, I would say. Yeah. But Johnny actually hit me. Johnny Black, everyone, if you know him. Yeah. Good guy. Real one. He hit me. He's just like, are you free? Are you free this day? Or like open your, like make sure you're free for this day. It was Breakout. You're just so nonchalant about it. And I'm just like, yo, like let's go. Like yeah, like I'm hyped. Like thank you, you know? I'm just so hyped, but it's just so nonchalant about it. But I was like, yeah. It's kind of just, that was kind of how I heard about it at first. And then I was just like, man, I can't get my, like, I trust Johnny like 100%, but I'm just so used to people kind of like something happening and then not happening, you know? Yeah. So that was just like even if it's like 98%, like the 2% in the back of my head was like, fuck, man, like, what if this doesn't really happen, you know? I'd be so I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm gonna kind of keep it on the lows, you know, until like I see like a flyer, you know. Yeah. And then I saw the flyer. I was like, yo, like mans are texting me, yo, can I shoot for you and shit like that. I'm like, yo, how did you know? Like, I was the flyers. I was like, oh shit, like this is lit. Crazy. Yeah, I just finished work too. I'm like, holy, let's go. I was hyped. That's lit. Yeah, it was dope. That's mad lit. Yeah, but.
Talk about that feeling, like, because I know you quickly I didn't just breeze off of it. How you said, you know, you're used to people, you know, that 2% that can let you down. Is that like something that you have to get used to, like working in events or in entertainment?
DJing, I feel like, events too, DJ too, because like, I feel like the more you get up there DJing, there's gonna be opportunities for one DJ, and like people will just hit up everyone, and sometimes the first person to reply sometimes gets it. I'm not saying the Breakout situation was anything like that at all. Yeah. But like just like in the past, like there's been like opportunities for like I don't know, like Thundercat or some shit like that. Like if you don't reply late, if you reply late, the other person replies for you, they can get it. Or like if there was someone, they just acted they're interested, so everyone's available. Yeah. And then they can pick once everyone's available, you know? So it's like, it's just how shit is. But like, you know, at least you're getting called that, which is like the best part, you know, like people are looking for you. So
one might land.
Exactly, you know, just got to be thankful for when they do come, and then you just got to be ready for when they do come to kill it, so you get more right after that.
Yeah.
And that's usually like how I got a lot of my gigs. It's like first times always giving it like 100%, and then like I've always only heard good things, you know, anytime I do a gig. So I feel like that's really what kind of got me to like where I am now in Vancouver with the scene here, you know, because at first it wasn't blessed. Like people weren't not trying to like put you on. Like there's some people that are, of course, but like genuinely people aren't trying to like put you on.
People
like
are on
that.
their own shit. Like they know they gotta. Yeah. No, I feel that 100%. Like I know that when I first kind of got moving, and like it's almost like you have to be willing to just do things just because, and not anything that's like suspicious, but like you have to be willing to maybe like do a gig unpaid or just kind of put a little bit more effort into something that you're working on to be noticed by the right people or whatever it means. And sometimes it's not to be noticed, but it's just because like you're trying to work hard and become better at what you're doing. But I realize like especially in the city you got to prove yourself. Like, and they make you prove yourself too.
Damn. And that's exactly like they make you prove yourself. And it got to a point where like I just was like tired of proving myself or trying to prove myself or not like it hitting the way I'm trying to like present it. And then that's kind of like how like Cold Drinks kind of came. It was like I'm not getting any gigs. People aren't booking me enough. Like I'm gonna do my own thing and book myself. And then get to the point where I can just be in these same venues and be doing it for myself on both ends, you know? So originally came from like me not getting any booking. That's where boom. I remember now the question. Because I couldn't really remember exactly how it came about. But yeah, like it originally came about because I wasn't getting gigs. It was hard to like get gigs in the city as a DJ. And then I met up with Rami. He was also like looking, he just hit me up randomly at a comedy show, like, yo, I'm trying to DJ, woo woo. I was like, yo, bet, like, take my Insta, we linked up. I was like, I'll teach you how to DJ. Started DJing because he actually was interested. He was actually like super on it. He wanted to learn really, really, really bad. So I was like for sure, like, you know, and then we kind of just ran it up. He's a sick DJ now, super serious. So when I first linked up with him, it was like, if I didn't maybe do that, I don't know if someone else necessarily would have like been so open to doing that, because I didn't really have someone in the DJ community that was like that open to me
to be like
doing that. So it was like something I was looking for. He was kind of looking for it too, but I was able to at least help like somewhat. Like I had restaurant gigs and stuff, so I let him like DJ half my restaurant gigs. Like he wouldn't, it was like no charge or stuff. He'd just come and like do it just because like getting experience, you know, like. That's rare. Like no one's just gonna like come for half the gig, spin, you know. Like, no one's doing that, but it takes nothing to do that. At the same time,
it just
you know,
takes knowing that, like, you know, did this slight gesture. And so, for some people might argue this isn't a slight gesture, it's my living, and understood. But sometimes it just requires doing something like that to kind of bring somebody up behind you. You know what I mean?
Mine it had nothing even to do with like money or anything like that. It was just more so like experience, you know. Like just being able to spin in front of real people is like sick, like so sick. Like you're literally turned on the music, it's quiet, like in the whole restaurant.
And I guess it's important to have a mentor in that sense, right?
I guess, or someone that's just kind of like I guess mentor is like someone you look up to, but like not even a mentor, maybe just someone that's like a homie that's doing it, you know, like a smart kid in your class. That's your boy that can help you with the homework. You know what I mean?
Maybe like, your OG. I don't know. Somebody that's just older than you. That
I guess too. Got
a little bit more experience.
But
that's dope. That's dope.
And then really just wanted to focus on getting other DJs opportunities DJing. That was like the base of why I really wanted to do it, was give them the opportunity to get into these places, because it was so hard for someone like me to get these opportunities. So I was like, any person I get that I can do it, like it's a fine line of they still have to play good music too, like the fine line, but like at least try a bit more to kind of like get them in these spots, like by any means. And that's kind of like where we're at now. I'm just putting on like a lot of people that want to learn how to DJ or like want to DJ an event or stuff like that. Like feel free, always reach out. Like there's always opportunities, like
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you're at Breakout. You have your set. I guess Pressa comes out.
Yeah.
And now correct me if I'm wrong, did you end up DJing for him?
Yeah, I DJ'd his set.
So were you selected to beginning, or did you just find out while you were there that that's what you were doing? Like,
no, I got asked. Homie hit me. He asked me if she didn't ask. He's like, yo, you're DJing Pressa, and I was just like, bet, like I'm down for sure.
Yeah.
Because this is day 2. Day 1, I'm doing intermission, so opening and between each set, up to like Takeoff and Quavo. And then whatever after that I was done, and then the next day I was opening, so just the first hour, and then I did one local artist's song, her set list, and then I had Pressa's, which was later on in the day. So if I didn't have Pressa's set, I probably would have been done for day 2, just like kind of watching and chilling out. But I was hyped to like at least get a little bit of the day 2 energy, because like definitely way more people on day 2 than day 1. But yeah, it was dope. That show was
how did it feel? Did you feel like that was like a peak moment in your career? Like,
yeah.
Or do you feel like that maybe it's another stat to put on the board?
Like the stats definitely going on the board. Peak for sure, I would say, but definitely don't want it to be the peak forever. But like, you know, like right now,
most definitely.
The adrenaline from that show was crazy. It got me out my comfort zone a lot. Like, I've never been the person to be on the mic at all. Yeah. And that's something that kind of like elevates you like drastic amount as a DJ. I feel like people take you way more seriously when you're able to like be on the mic and control a crowd and stuff like that. Yeah. Which is like something that like I rate any DJ that can do that, because that shit's like, it's tough. Like, it's a confidence thing, I feel like, too. Yeah. But like, yeah, it's still tough, like being able to do that.
I know there's a lot of different DJs that do it, but the first one that comes to mind is DJ Envy, Power 105. He's when he does his mixes, like obviously he's like, you know, like yelling behind the mic or whatever it is in the middle of the mix, but it almost engages you like as you're listening to it in a sense. Like it's not too much, but you know, it's like the right amount. Yeah. What are some like the early DJs that like? Did you look up to any DJs in particular like that were doing it, or
not really, man? Like, I never really looked. Every time I went to shows, I never really looked like at the DJ, but you know the show's lit because of the DJ. Like, if the DJ wasn't there, it's probably not as lit, you know, because he's on your ad-libs. He's like your I don't even know, like you're point guard, you're the point guard, he's the shooting guard, you know. You guys need each other like that. Like Chase B and Travis probably like the main ones that I kind of did hear about earlier, I would say, because just watching their shows on YouTube and stuff, like, they're in sync all the time. I went to the OGZ show, like this guy DJ Vision, that he was going crazy too. Like, he was just going crazy. Like, he's DJing, but he's like front crowd, like getting everyone hyped, like doing it all, you know. So
because some people need another hype man to do it.
Yeah, literally, and it made the show so much better. It's like when the artist's not on, you're still having a good time, and that's like where the DJ should be ready. Like, when you're ready, like when your time comes, you have to be ready. Like, you can't just not like take advantage of that scenario.
Timing is
like,
essential.
Man, you have kids trying to turn up, and the mic is the main thing that helps in those scenarios. You know. So for Pressa's set, I had to be on the mic. His manager's there. Yeah, that day was crazy, actually. A lot happened. It happened so quick, but it felt so long. Yeah. Like, in the moment, it felt so long. They had me introduce him, bring him out. I've never even talked on a mic, like, you know? It's like, you have to introduce him, run this song.
And you know you got to come with the energy, too. Like, kids are out there.
I have the mic. I'm just there. I'm like, damn, like, this is actually... It's actually going down, like, right now. Like, and I had to just say the shit. And then I introduced him, like, Pressa not coming out if you guys don't sing to this shit. Yeah. And we run the song, we ran like YG, Auntie. It was kind of mid, to be honest. And then I had to wheel it up and kind of get them more hyped. He's like, wheel it up. So I wheeled it up, ran it back, trying to get the mosh pit open, people dropping. And then it helped a lot when I just showed more energy in the mic. Yeah. It actually helps. You see the difference. Like, literally, you see it. Like, people are just really engaged, you know? Yeah. So if you're not engaging with them, they're not really going to engage back with you, you know? 100%. So you actually have to mean it and say with your chest, you know? So that's another thing that, like, I realized a lot in that moment. And then we just ran Novocaine. This guy's in the back singing the song, comes out, boom, it's lit. Just like that, it's lit. And I was like, felt instantly, I wasn't nervous anymore. I just felt like this was like what I want to be doing, you know?
Yeah.
Like just seeing it and just on the mic, like giving them support with the ad-libs and stuff like that. And I actually know a lot of the songs, so it did help for like break points and like dropping the mic, dropping the audio, like letting them sing for a bit, giving him room to sing for a bit on acapella, like for a couple verses, you know?
Timing.
Yeah. And it was like, after they were all happy with it, management was happy. They said we were kind of like in sync a bit, which was pretty good. Yeah. Knowing that was like the first time ever doing that. So yeah. I went out to the crowd, asked a lot of my homies and shit, like how it went. And they're all like, yeah, like they actually like give me genuine feedback and like, you know, I was like, okay, sick, you know, because I actually like didn't know how it went. Yeah. When you're in the moment, you're just feeding off people's energy, but you don't know really. Like, you're just kind of taking it all in that moment. That's what's up though. Yeah, and he definitely, I feel like Pressa was definitely one of like top 3 for sure. Yeah, he was top 3 performances at Breakout, I would say for sure. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Toronto people. Were there a lot of, I don't know about a lot, but a number of people from Toronto that had pulled up. I know it was the same week that Rolling Loud happened in Toronto. Yeah. So it was kind of a lot happening that I guess that 2 week period. But yeah, no, I was happy to see that it was like Breakout was still what it originally said it was gonna do. Like, you know, but whether it be breaking out artists, like we had like a lot of people from our city that were performing, still bringing in people from the East Coast, still bringing people from America, or you know, trying to at least with the whole baby thing that happened. But yeah, no, that's what's up. I feel like it was a notable move to make sure like local DJs had spots, particularly in that event. You know, with after it happened, I heard people like I was listening to Joe Budden talking about Breakout Festival. Like, just whether it be because of what happened, like it was still in people's mouths. So I look at it as positive promo. Maybe not. I don't know. Promo in any sense. Promo, you know. Promo is promo in any sense. You get a click. Exactly. Once you're there, you kind of can peruse, like scroll, see what's going on, and I feel like that kind of helps. In a way, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. But now we've talked about music for a while when it comes to you, like all of the stuff that you do, like music, whether you're DJing or hosting events, but you've also done a bit of like acting and modeling and things of that sort too, right? Yeah, that was just me winging it. Yeah, that was me literally winging it. I feel like you were working. Nah, bro, like it was definitely like it came out crazier than I thought. Like every time, like if you're talking about, are you talking about the video? Or I'm talking about the video, but I just feel like when it comes to modeling in particular, like I feel like I see you in a lot of places, like, you know, wearing this brand or in that brand's catalog or whatever it might be. Like it's not just music for you. I feel like I've done a couple shoots here and there, but mostly that's just, I feel like a lot of it comes from just like networking, like just like me being out there talking to people. Vancouver is very small, so a lot of the friends I meet are kind of in these positions at these like stores and like in these corporate offices and stuff like that, so they usually refer me. And then that's usually how I get a lot of my gigs. They're all really from like just friends being photographers or like a part of the branding team, marketing team, whatever. And then social media as well at times. So when I get like a couple solid ones, like I feel like a brand will just see that. And then they see that I'm not an agency, so it's probably just easier money for them. That's hassle to go through the whole process. And they get like nice photos out of it, I guess. So it's been a blessing for my pockets for sure. And I guess you mentioned, or I guess we might have mentioned briefly the short film that you did. Was that the first thing of that sort that you had done? First thing ever. And we'll play it, but for anybody that hadn't seen it yet, like describe it for anybody listening on the audio right now. It was basically like describe how it came about, or describe what the concept was. So I didn't even think of the concept. This was all Sebastian. Sebastian, a homie of mine. He's a good guy, like a big homie of mine. But so basically, it was me kind of looking. Wait, you were the protagonist of this. I guess were you the protagonist, like the main person in this? I was, but I'm trying to. His thought process for the video is kind of different than like when we watched the playback, I didn't even know that was what was going on.
Oh, okay.
You know, like they're telling us instructing us to do it, but it would kind of like the direction switched through their editing process, I would say, but it still came out like generally the same idea.
Right.
So it's kind of like you're supposed to push past yourself. So I'm kind of fighting with it's kind of fighting with your inner demons almost, I guess, and like trying to overcome something of the sort that's within you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so
I like that message actually.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. Like the whole me looking at me thing.
Yeah,
that was kind of trippy to see.
Yeah,
I was like, what the heck? This guy actually killed that.
Yeah,
and the dunk, like I had to like, bro. We took. I don't have hops anymore. Like actually,
this guy was. The hezzies, I was watching like, oh shit, man's got moves, yo.
Bro, my legs were burning by the end of that. Like we took so many different takes. Like some I jams, some like it was a sick dunk, but the ending didn't go the same way.
Yeah.
The thing with those guys, they really focus on every little detail.
Yeah.
There's so much clips we didn't even use, but like, yeah, the way they clipped everything together, and it was actually a real shoot. The real
production,
team. Yeah, they did their thing. The real team, they had great guidance for me. Like I haven't even been in front of a camera like that before ever. So it was just another one of those things, and like for me, like overcoming something, like like just like the Pressa show, it was being in that situation where when you have the mic in your hand, someone tell you to do something, if you don't do it, like you're gonna freeze. Yeah, like that was the same situation for the film. It was like the camera's in front of my face. If they say action and I don't say anything, I'm gonna freeze. Exactly. You know, so it kind of just like everything around it kind of shocked me into like doing something. Yeah. So I feel like both those were super similar in that, so to speak.
Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, I'd be down. But it's nice when you actually like it. Yeah. You know? Like I've been just kind of blessed in that way, like for the modeling things, all the stuff I modeled, thankfully I've loved everything I wear, you know? It's not like I'm wearing something that I didn't like have any say in, you know? Yeah, that's true. And the same with the film, like I love basketball, so, and those are my homies that like on the set, it was like, oh homies, Matt was there too. Yeah. This guy Kojo that we met was there too. Other homie played on UBC was there too. So it's kind of, everyone was kind of cool at the end of the shoot. It just felt like a bunch of homies playing pickup, you know? Like that's what I'm saying. That's what it felt like. It was like, oh damn, like it looked like the day of shoot for this would have been dope. Like I know they are really particular about what shots they want to get, but I feel like it would have been fun regardless. Yeah. We shot that 2-day shoot, and then we came back to shoot some other missed clips, and the floor was different. Like they changed the whole floor of the court. Yeah, and then they have to like shoot it upwards angle so you don't get the floor in it. Yeah. For the others there. Those guys, Sebastian, those guys geniuses. Those guys are geniuses, man. They did that. Damn. The way the light bounced off the floor. Yeah, crazy. Bro, it's crazy. The angles, man. All about the angles. Yeah. You gotta know. Yeah. I guess people typically see you at least with Shaheem a lot. Shiloh Stoops. Yeah. You know, check out the site. Buy his merch. Definitely buy his merch. You know, everybody rocking it. Describe how you first kind of actually met him. And Shiloh? Yeah, Shiloh from the Burb days. Yeah. Yeah. I just remember this guy coming in with his resume. Yeah. try to get a job here. I'm like, bro, there can only be one. Like, you know, there can only be one. You can't work here, bro. No, I'm joking. I never said that to him, but he came in, gave me his resume, took it back to the back, gave it to the homies. They just asked me about him, whatever. First impression. Any notes saying, yo, don't hire this man. Nah, I didn't. He was actually coming for graphics work, but like the way it was, you still had to like, even though they're gonna like say you can get the position, like you're still gonna have to start here for some reason and like climb there. So that was what happened. He came in, he started bud tender. Then from bud tender, the marketing had a position for graphics, so then he kind of went from bud tender to graphics, and then never looked back since then. This guy's been killing it in the graphics side for sure. I be texting this man's like, damn, like you did this one? Like I just went to the store, picked it up, like, damn, you did this one? Yeah. Like, dope. Like this guy's on it. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, the Burb days were definitely the lit times. Early Burb days were the lit times. Yeah. Lit times for sure.
There was it. I guess I feel like it was YouTube or just I don't know about Inseparable, but I would always see you guys like doubled up. Like,
yeah, well, kind of like not really though. Like Shy doesn't leave his house. The guy's stuck inside. Like that guy, if he comes out, he's actually only come out to like 2 cold drinks, and they've actually been part of the most lit cold drinks like ever. So
because you were there, bro.
Yeah, he's gotta definitely keep selecting the right ones, and whenever he touches down, I guess it's lit or something. Men's is picky. Yeah, but yeah, after COVID, a lot of shit COVID's kind of just switched a lot of stuff up for the better and worse at times. But yeah. Now
that's over, what do you see kind of going forward? I guess to kind of wrap things up, like what do you see? Is there anything that anybody should know?
Coming up. I'm trying to take DJing a bit more seriously. Yeah. I think now, like after that Breakout Festival, the feedback that I got from like the right people kind of gave me like a push of confidence to like say, okay, maybe you can take this DJing shit a bit more seriously, and maybe you can actually like be a tour DJ. Maybe you can start touring yourself, you know? Yeah. So there's something that people are seeing that they like, and I'm trying to see it as well too for myself. Like, yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to really take DJ a bit more seriously. I'm trying to travel a bit more. Trying to find like my own sound. Yeah. Like production for sure. I'm trying to get on the production side of it. I'm trying to just open up myself like more to the world than like North America, I feel like. Yeah. Yeah. And I have a British background, so okay. When I have citizenship, so it's gonna be
British citizenship.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm trying to go over there and like.
Where does that fit in the picture? Wait.
My mom and dad.
Oh, your mom and dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you born there? Or?
They're both born in Birmingham.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm kind of blessed in that, so to speak, and I kind of like taking it in at the perfect time, because I never ever cared. Like I was always like so yeah. Like I don't care, like why am I going to go there, like, you know?
No,
so now it's like
let's turn up, yo.
Yeah, they turn up, and it's like literally Toronto type energy, but like UK vibe, so it's on like times 10, you know? Yeah. So I'm trying to just I'm going to Europe. Yeah, I'm going out there watching a couple of DJ shows. Yeah. Like, travel a bit. I'm trying to see like the culture out there. I'm trying to see the DJ life. I'm trying to like Shazam hella music. Yeah. Bro,
I'm so glad you said that, because I think that's an important thing that people sometimes become ashamed of, like being out, like hearing a song they don't know and hitting Shazam on it. Yeah. I think it's like so important, especially maybe even being a DJ, like speak to that.
For sure. Shazamming, like I feel like if you're a DJ and no one's Shazamming your shit, you're not doing the right job. Like someone should be Shazamming your shit. Like someone that means you're doing a crazy set, like where people are like, what is this? Yeah, you know, like people always have to come to the booth. Not always, but like when they do, you feel kind of nice. But like for me, I'm so weird with music. Like I don't know if it's just me the way I am, but I don't like sharing my music. Like, I really don't like sharing my music. Like, I do it, but like I'm just annoying with it. Like I want someone to be like, "What song is that?" You know. And I'm just like, yo, don't worry.
Don't worry. Be like, yo, hit me with that blue mark. Like, I'm trying to see what that Shazam is, yo. Yeah, like that's crazy.
People ask me a song, they just like make them actually work for the song, you know? Like, I eventually give it to them, but it's just like,
give that nigga a CD. Tell him, yo, go find a player for that.
Yeah, literally, bro. But I don't always Shazam, but if I do, like, it would be when I'm in Europe, you know? Yeah. So, cause I'm just trying to really like have some longevity with this DJing shit, you know? Like if I'm gonna take DJing seriously, like I feel like it's just harder to make it long term as a DJ with like just rap and hip hop North American sound, you know? So once you branch out North American, like everyone else is listening to something else, you know? Like everyone else is listening to this shit plus North American sound. Yeah. A lot of people in North America just listen to North American sound. Yeah. So once, like, I just know myself, the type of person I am. Like, when I find something I like, I'm going to just run it up, and I'm going to kind of mix it with something from this side. Exactly, yeah. And then when I find that, whenever that may be, then it's going to be, like, a scary time.
I was in Los Cabos, or Cabo, Mexico, and I was in the club literally Shazamming what the DJ was playing, and it was like, you're not going to get the chance to listen to this at any other place in the world besides being here right now. Yeah. So you have to take advantage of that. Literally. Like, live in the moment, like and if it's a song that you can take with you and go incorporate that into what you do, that's the best thing you could do with what you've heard or received, at least.
For real.
And
like,
sorry.
No, so what are you saying?
I was gonna say being a DJ is even better for that, because you get to share it with people.
Yeah, actually, no, I agree, man. I'm definitely gonna be doing that when I'm out there, for sure.
Yeah. So make sure y'all check out the flyers. Follow Crooksy. Make sure you're tapped in on all the Cool Drinks events. All that shit. This guy's up to something. And honestly, I'll say that I find you to be one of those people that are just, because you're doing it, like, I always say doing it by yourself, but really it's not that. Like, you have people that you work with and stuff, but you're kind of taking initiative and running. I call it running by your own rules. Like, you're doing it on your own accord, running on your own rules. You're not based off of anybody else. I look up to people like that, because you're shaping the way that things are going to be in the future. Yeah. Like, I just really believe that it's the people. It's what, if you have if you're tapped into the culture, you're going to be the successful person in, just the market in itself, because, you just have that familiarity. You're doing the groundwork almost. Yeah. And I look at people like you, numerous other people that I look at that, are laying the foundation in that sense. And, I look up to you, and I fuck with everything that you're doing, and
thank you, man.
I'm excited to see where things go.
Yes, sir. Same, bro. I'm excited to see where things are going too. I don't even
Appreciate
know.
It, bro. We try. We trying to take this media shit up to the next level. So, particularly in the city, like, we're putting on for Vancouver, and there's not many of us that are doing it, but doing our thing.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Matthew. Shout out Burb. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. Thank you very much for pulling up today. I appreciate it.
Anytime, bro.
It's been another episode of For the Record by the Certified Platinum Network.
Let's go.
Check out all the other video content, the audio content, no matter where you're listening, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, wherever you find us. Thanks very much, and we're going to catch you guys next time. At your dome.